WikiLeaks, sex crimes, blackmail, child abuse. And how you do it is via rituals, sex parties. Then the parties involve blood of children. Then the parties involve...
You're traveling through to another dimension. A dimension of not only paranoia and delusion, but of idiocy. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of pure ignorance. Your next stop, the batshit crazy zone.
So I'd like to do a performance piece for you. I call it Ode to Alex Jones. Paranoia, Illuminati. Bohemian Grove, Hillary Clinton. Conspiracy, Satan. Reptilian overlords, Hillary Clinton. UFOs, WikiLeaks. More conspiracies, whatever strikes my fancy. Rothschilds, Obama. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my performance piece. And now, back to the video.
Oh my gosh, everything he keeps saying keeps coming out days after he talks about it. What in the world's going on? You know, does he have access to WikiLeaks before anybody else? No, I don't. I do have sources, but I've also studied these people. And I know that the Secret Service at FBI and others told me that the Clintons and Obama are involved in occultic activity. And they made jokes out of it. He smelled himself and says, do I smell like sulfur? But why did they respond to that? Not because they thought it was discrediting, but because it scares them. They go after whatever is the strongest point, like they're the authority to psychologically then make us stop covering it. Oh, we got attacked, we better stop covering it.
Alex, you are not the strongest point. If anything, you are the weakest link. Bye-bye.
Well, WikiLeaks has released it, and as Assange said, what he's releasing will send Hillary to jail. He says it's the worst thing it can be. NYPD told Doug Hagman, who is popping in later today, he was on 2 days ago telling you this. We wrote articles about it, Infowars.com. WikiLeaks, sex crimes, blackmail, child abuse. And how you do it is via rituals, sex parties. Then the parties involve blood of children. Then the parties involve... That's how they do it, by successive approximation. That's how you're brought into a cult.
No, Alex. I will tell you exactly how 99.9% of every single occultist, pagan, Wiccan, Satanist, or whatever comes into believing what it is that they believe. They think for themselves.
I came within inches of getting into the mid-level of this. I've told people about this 20 years. I experienced it. Or, oh my God, I can't believe this incredibly hot girl wants to date me when I'm 14 years old.
Alex, in your wildest dreams. I don't think so. But yeah, in your own little made-up world, I'm sure she was chasing all over you at age 14.
So he's 3 years older than me. Well, no, they wanted me in their cult. And then it happened repeatedly. It happened to other people I knew. And then bad stuff, people would die, you name it, ladies and gentlemen. And the richer the area you get close to. I mean, my dad owned dental offices and a leasing supply company, and I thought he was a rich guy, and he had a big ranch. He was one of the poorest people in the neighborhood. And again, you're right next to this, going to church, having no idea what's going on right next to you. That's what's happening. The WikiLeaks have come out with Podesta going to rituals where they drink blood.
No. 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 Podesta, who works for Hillary's campaign, was invited by his brother to go and see this performance artist, Marina Abramovich.
And urine and semen and Baphomet and have effigies of children that they pour blood on.
As long as she's not doing anything illegal, basically she can do it. If she wants to pour pig's blood all over herself and roll around in it, unless it's illegal, she can do that. I don't understand performance art either, but apparently some people really enjoy stuff like that, and artists enjoy doing it. So, it's not my cup of tea, but again, if it's not illegal, she can do whatever she wants.
And they cut themselves. And they say it's Aleister Crowley, the worst black magic out there.
How the fuck are you bringing up Aleister Crowley, who has been deceased for nearly 60, 70 years now? What the hell does he have to do with the performance artist in 2016 in New York City who's pouring pig's blood or whatever it is that she does all over herself?
Now, he was coming on to talk about the waterfront. We're going to him in just a moment. We're loaded with guests today. We have Dr. Steve Pachenik, part 2 on the soft coup. Doug Hagman, the Northeast Intelligence Network, before it was in the news, said it's going to come out, abuse of children, you name it. It's tied into Haiti, missing kids, you name it. That's going to confirm. See? A pretty good source, huh? William Binney, former head of the National Security Agency, technical director. He's coming on. As all these top folks, including British ambassadors, say the leak is from U.S. intelligence. John Rappaport right now. Again, Roger Stone. I'm going to host the 4th hour today. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic time to be alive. I have just been absolutely poleaxed by this because I knew it was coming out, but to know they're involved in all this and to know it's even worse and to know that the word is WikiLeaks is going to release even more. And to watch how the mainstream media has lockstepped itself to this is unprecedented. Now, we're going to go to Rappaport to talk about this for 2 brief segments. Got a lot of guests today. But first, we need you to go to InfoWarsStore.com because I'm so bad about not plugging it out because I'm just covering news here and buy the products. We have got amazing products there. We have the new hair and skin formula and nail formula. I just had him on about the election and what he predicts, and they're going to try to cause riots if Trump wins, which all the polls show he should. Even though they're adding many more Democrats to the sampling, he's still now winning and gaining as more comes out. I want to get into that with Rappaport in this brief interview today, and he's joining us more next week for a full hour when we broadcast 52 hours live starting Monday at 11 a.m. But he's not just a political analyst and writer and researcher for some of the biggest publications in the country. He also has written on these cosmologies that...
Look at this guy. This poor guy. They rolled him out of bed at noon. Look, his hair's still all messed up. Oh, come on. At least let the guy get a bong load in before you interview him, Alex. Come on.
That humans can envision and build incredible things, but evil people use this innate power, or made in the image of God, towards very twisted aims. And what do you make, John, from NoMoreFakeNews.com about the fact that it's all coming out, the occultism that they're involved in, the nastiest type?
What? Where's Mark Passio? You know, the occult expert who doesn't know jack shit about the occult. Why didn't you bring him on? I'll tell you why. Because Mark Passio even knows this bullshit is fucking contrived and doesn't even want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Look, this picture is the picture of Marina. And what they did was they superimposed Hillary Clinton's head on it. Hillary Clinton, this is how this connection works. Hillary Clinton, her aide, her brother, the aide's brother, Marina, they are so far apart. They are so far apart. They have absolutely nothing to do with each other. And even if they did, just because Marina is into some weird performance art doesn't have anything to do with Hillary Clinton. This is like There is like all of the mud that has been thrown through this election. There is absolutely no mud left in this big pile of bullshit that everybody's been slinging mud from. That what they have to do is they have to go into the very, very cracks and they have to pull out just the littlest bit of mud that they can and fling it at somebody. That's what this is. This is such a far-fetched, contrived, utter bullshit. It is beyond laughable. It is incredibly stupid, ridiculous, asinine, childish mudflinging I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm actually embarrassed to be alive during this time. I don't even want to associate myself with politics. People ask me who I'm voting for. I am absolutely silent. They ask me if I'm a Democrat or Republican. I don't want to identify with anybody because they're both acting like fucking children. It's disgusting. It's despicable. It's horrible. It makes me feel bad just to be alive during this time.
When Crowley said sacrifice children, that was his big thing, as you know.
Aleister Crowley never, ever sacrificed children. He was never charged with any type of murder, nothing. The only reference to human sacrifice is his joking about sacrificing thousands of children every day. And what he was talking about was an ejaculation, not actual human sacrifice.
You're an expert, I know, on this. You've written books on the subject. We've never really had you on about that. What does this signify?
It signifies, first of all, total bankruptcy of character.
This poor guy, he's bankrupt to sleep. I mean, come on, Alex, let him go back to sleep for a couple more hours. He looked like he just crawled out of bed.
It means that these people are at the bottom of the swamp. That's where they live. That's where they think. That's where they plan. The idea of ritual, which, of course, you've covered for many years, starting with Bohemian Grove.
This super elitist homoerotic men's club called Bohemian Grove has absolutely nothing to do with the Western occult tradition. Okay? The Bohemian Grove, with their axe and their worship of that owl or whatever it is that they do out in the middle of the forest has absolutely nothing to do with the occult. I don't honestly know what they're doing in the Bohemian Grove, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the occult. You keep associating it with the occult, and it doesn't have anything to fucking do with it. What you need to do is call it what it is. A bunch of rich male weirdos who have nothing better to do except dance around together in the forest around some owl. That's what they're doing. It has absolutely nothing to do with the occult.
Why? What's that all about? It's saying, I have no common sense, I have no rationality, I have no logic, I have no vision of my own. I have to participate.
Yes, we all are pretty much in agreement with that. Yes. You need a haircut. You need to get back to sleep, throw away your bong, and go out and actually see the world as it is, because what you're perceiving right now is all false reality.
In some incredibly demeaning, ridiculous, insane thing, in order to hypnotize myself into thinking that I have some kind of power. That's what all these people are doing. And they're desperate to search for anything that some lunatic like Crowley, proposed. Well, drinking blood, sacrificing animals, sacrificing children. This is the way to power.
Crowley never, ever drank blood. He did not advocate for drinking blood. He did not advocate for child sacrifice, and he did not advocate human sacrifice. All of this bullshit you are getting is just bullshit that's been out there for many years now. It's nothing new to us. You just throw shit at Aleister Crowley hoping it sticks. You just keep throwing it and throwing it. It's the same stupid stuff. It just slides right off. He did not advocate drinking blood. He did not advocate human sacrifice. He did not advocate child sacrifice. You fucking morons, go back to studying the Illuminati reptilianoids or whatever it is you believe is going on in this world.
It's sheer psychopath insanity. And the fact that these people are thinking about it, planning it, participating in it, means only one thing. That's all they've got. They've got nothing else, and they want to drag everybody else they can down into that pit. And they want to blackmail them if they refuse to be drowned in that pit along with them. That's all they've got. They have nothing else. That's what we're talking about here, that level of insanity.
Why do I feel like when the camera's off him, he's sitting there hitting his crack pipe before his next discussion?
John, I love your truth. The way you just, it is such a pleasure to just, because I'm desperately trying to crystallize this for people. It upsets me so much today that I almost couldn't come on air because you're right. They're so fallen. They're so twisted. They want to hurt innocents. They hate God's creation. They want to bring us down. And the sad thing is they get people to join them who just want power, not realizing innately being good is the true stairway to heaven and unlimited connection to the infinite.
Exactly. I mean, power is, good is, those things are connected.
He doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. He's like, well, the good is for... I mean, the poor guy, he just woke up.
You know, they're connected for anybody with a few working brain cells. These people are at the opposite end of the spectrum. That's what we have to realize. That's what your listeners, your viewers, that's what everybody has to understand.
I wonder why they've always been so attracted to me. And I know they go after a lot of other people they see they're up-and-comers, but they were always after me when I was a kid.
I don't know why they wanted me to join this imaginary cult. I mean, I'm such a great person. I'm so awesome, so smart, so handsome, so fantastic. But I don't know why they wanted me.
And I guess they just want to recruit people they see as, that are strong and aggressive.
Yeah, because they feel like they can turn you to their purposes. And it's pure destruction, you see. When you erase all the embroidery and so forth, what these people are about is destruction. You can't make any sense out of it if you're trying to make sense, because there isn't any sense. You know, do you want to go out and blow up a city?
No.
Do you want to go out and kill thousands of people? Of course not. But these people do. That's all they've got.
You do understand at this point, he's talking, they're off on some kind of a tangent about occult people blowing up cities or whatever. This all comes from a performance artist who sent an email to the brother of somebody who works for Clinton's campaign, who WikiLeaks released their email of. And everything else is all contrived. It's all made up. Sure, the email's real and leads to this performance artist, but everything else stems off of this performance artist. And because this performance artist uses disturbing imagery like blood and talks about semen and breast milk, they said, oh, well, she must be a Satanist. Oh, this is what the Satanists are. Oh, so Clinton's an occultist. Oh, she's a Satanist. And so then it just ties into every paranoid, delusional, idiotic, stupid thing that enters into Alex Jones's narcissistic mind, and he spews it forth. This is just stupid.
To say it again, is pure destruction.
Look at the Al-Qaeda footage that was released to us exclusively on WorldNet Daily.
Okay, well, this is just the most contrived bullshit. And once I saw this story and I clicked on links and I read on it and I discovered more about it, I just had to come on and do a video about it because it just epitomizes the bottom of the barrel mudslinging that both sides, in my opinion, are doing. It's just disgusting. Anyhow, thank you so much, and blessed be.